Hey, good morning. James Rice and my favorite office choice, which is my backyard. Saturday morning. Give you a second to jump on. We'll get started a little bit. What we want to talk about is we want to encourage today, right? We want to encourage. We want to give people not only hope, but we want to give you belief. Because to me, nothing more important than taking action in those areas of your life that you want change. So, fire up this Good Morning Live on Saturday. Won't keep you very long, but I do want to share a couple pieces. As I continue my month of spring cleaning, and as I continue my reading on friendship, which super huge piece of the puzzle for all of us, because those people that you surround yourself with, and not only surround yourself with, but interact with, that's the key piece that I want to talk about and mention. And so we're going to talk about, choosing those friends and what friendship, really looks like, and understanding that it's not enough to spend time around people. You've got to imitate those people that are going the same direction. And if you choose people that don't raise the bar higher, that don't raise your standards higher, that don't push you or pull you to a little higher level, then how can you expect to get further? The funny thing is, Kiri, hey, how are you? Long time no chat. Long time no see. I hope you're doing well. Hope the horse world is doing well. You want to come on live? I'll enter you into the live, and we'll chat together. Ready when you are. So a key piece is, people can choose to not step into the fire. That would be one. They'll sit there in a world. In fact, a friend of mine, if we're talking about on the fitness side of it, he said that he would go to his mirror each morning and he would simply look at his face. His face didn't look that bad. Aunt Terry, hey, how are you? Let's chat today. Let's get a Zoom set up. Had a great call with Vic. You're super fortunate, as far as I'm concerned, to have not only a cheerleader, but to have a partner in crime like him that pushes you, that won't let you rest. And so I believe that the three of us together can work hand in hand and produce results. And so, as I was saying, when you come to any place in your life, you have a couple choices. You can do nothing. Like I said, that buddy of mine, he would look in the mirror, just look at his face, because his face wasn't as fat as the rest of his body. So he's like, that's not so bad. And it wasn't until he saw himself in a picture that he's like, damn it, I got to make some change. And the funny thing is, to this day, I don't think he's made change. But let's step that back a little bit and just break it down. And one of the first pieces is for people not to get into this rut, not to get caught up into this just daily moving through the activities. I feel that type of life is going to completely leave us empty and full. What do I mean by that? What we end up doing is we end up placing our value, our self-worth, in things that are easy. Nicer vehicle, nicer purse, better nails, better eyelashes, more camouflage. We add a dog. We add another hobby. We add another hobby. We add another hobby. And those are not, and in themselves are not bad. But when they become the places that you're putting, building up your self-esteem, I feel they can be very bad, because items, things, stuff, achievements in areas that really aren't part of our core, that really aren't part of our base, are ultimately just going to leave us empty. So what is the solution? I got to check out this name on here real quick. Abby, I don't think I know who you are, but I would love to meet you. Wrath, long time no chat. You and Jimmy are welcome. Contact me. Come enjoy my backyard. We'll grab a coffee, grab a drink, talk shop, Wrath and Jimmy, a couple of my favorites from 30 years ago. Why? Because they, and we probably never even chatted this, obviously we had some common interests, fitness and horses, and we also had, I just love it that they were ambitious, and that they led, and that they tried things, and that they, led in a world where maybe not everyone agreed with their choices. So I got nothing but respect for you boys, you gentlemen. What's up, Tina Clark? For sure, and yes, I have great cheerleaders that are by my side. Yeah, you do for sure. And so the funny thing about that, people, is we got to be careful that those cheerleaders that we're hanging out with, those people, are they helping us cover up, unhappiness? Are they really propelling us to those fundamentals? Because I believe your fundamentals, your faith, fitness, family, friendships, and finances, those 5 areas are the areas that if they're in line, like for me, I hope I can use myself as an example. Yeah, back in the day, probably an okay looking face, a fancy hairdo, being funny, and maybe some muscles were areas that I settled my self-esteem on. But as I found, those areas didn't help me with the underlying, they just masked the underlying dissatisfactions, even not necessarily financial freedom, but even accomplishments in being a provider, accomplishments of mending relationships, probably specifically with my father, and releasing resentment, and pondering where I was going to cast my blows and stake my claim, plant my flag in my faith. And as I shifted from wearing those accomplishments on my sleeve and being who I was, and I shifted over toward being a good provider, father, brother, son, patching up relationships, focusing on my faith and things that mattered, things that were going to last, then my fulfillment rose. So I still have my hobbies, but I don't lead with them. If I'm going to tell you about my accomplishments, it's not even, it's not going to be about some muscles I have or some fitness I've done or some places I've traveled or my bow or my hobbies. Those are fun things. It's going to be, I'm going to lead with lives that I've changed. And so when I'm sharing with you what I've done, it's simply sharing with you what I've changed in my life that have made my fundamentals. And I bet, and I hope that most of you agree that when your relationship with your spouse, your partner, is dialed, when your finances are in line and you're not scrambling at the end of each month, when you're spending quality time with your family, when you're not complaining about your level of fitness, extra 10, 20, 30, 40 pounds, that you're not active, that you don't have the energy, then you're going to find that the every area in your life lifts. So, hey, Rebecca Fosmeyer. Now, there's a person, if you people want to follow someone on social media, who is putting daily intentional work into her fundamentals. Rebecca Fosmeyer is, and it shows. Look at her Facebook page. Look at the fruit. Look at the walks that she's going on, not just with herself, but what she's sharing is the walks with her husband, the walks with her children, the activities they're getting out to do together. And I guarantee you that it's lifting up her fulfillment. And how is it also showing up? It's showing up in her ketone, in her perfect community. So if I circle around in here and tie a bow on this, a very short live, I want you to remember that it's only you that can say, hey, and you got to stop and you got to be still. You go, am I happy? And if I look at my faith, look at my fitness, look at my finances, my family and my friends. My friends are, my hobbies, my things I do for fun. Am I happy? And if not, what am I going to do? And what many people do, and I chat about this in my Rise and Shine this morning, is many of us are getting up and we're reading something and we're listening to some motivational quote, some modern day guru, but are we putting in the daily intentional action to change that? Or are we going, oh, I'd like to get on it, but I'm off to the racetrack. I'd like to get on it, but I'm off to this race. I'd like to get on it, but I'm off to this gym. I'd like to get on it, but I'm off to chasing my tail. Then I encourage you to believe that you can control and change that and not chase your tail. I'm going to tell you that myself, I have a lot of freedoms because of my income, because I keep my budget tight, because of my fitness, because of cemented relationships. I have a lot of freedoms, but I intentionally choose to not be on the go and on the run and not add additional distractions to my life. Because for me, fun isn't always going out and doing things. Fun for me, and I had to choose this, so it's not judgment. You have to choose. But if your life is a little hectic, is my point, choose to reel it back in. You might start with hanging out with a group that has better faith, that has better fitness, or has the faith or fitness, I should say, you want. Or they have the budget that you want. They have the finances you want. Run to those people and ask them for help. And then take daily steps. Especially the budget. The budget is simple, whether we like it or not. You get, 4 weeks of work, spend 3 of those checks, put 1 in your savings account. I don't care how little you make. Put 3 in your checking account. Put 1 in your savings account. So what will you maybe have to do? You're spot on. You're going to have to remove some pieces that are clogging up that budget. No doubt about it. You might have to downgrade that vehicle. You might have to downgrade some of your kids' activities. You might have to downgrade some of your own activities. But believe me, at the end of the month, when you're not worrying about money, it's going to elevate your relationship. It's going to elevate your fitness. It's going to remove those stresses that are going to allow you to pursue other more meaningful activities. But it takes a desire and accountability and daily intentional action. And only you can do it. So go out and listen to whoever you choose as your guru. If you like what I'm saying, if it helps you, if it helps you make change, then share it, please. That's the only way I can help others. And get in contact with somebody. But look honestly at yourself and where you're happy or not happy and decide what you can do. So I hope these pieces help. I'm not going to keep you very long today. I'm going to move on with my day, do a couple of my own chores, work a little bit every day on my faith, fitness, my family, my friendships, and my finances. So I hope you're off to a good start. I hope you enjoyed some of these pieces. I hope a couple of you will touch base with me and we can work together and play together to, again, move yourself more to a life of fulfillment, a life of contentment, a life with a lack of distractions, and we can all lock arms and do it together. Have an amazing Saturday.